Welcome to Wednesday. You've probably been awake for a while. It's almost 2 p.m. on Wednesday, February 23rd, 2021. We're going to talk college basketball today. We're going to talk brackets right here. We're going to talk scoring bracket, a bunch of things. So every year for a long, long time now, it's been like 10 years or something or more. I don't even know. It feels like maybe about 8 or 9 at least, for sure. I have been helping people all across the country and the world organize their own like March Madness bracket office pools and stuff, where you get a bunch of people that have to fill out a bracket and then they give it to you usually on a piece of paper. It would suck. And then you had to score it by hand. I gotten frantic calls from people late at night, like on like a Sunday night or a Monday night, after a bunch of games, and they're trying to score like hundreds of people's brackets by hand. And it's basically, it's a form of torture, I think, that you can administer to someone, is to have to hand score a bunch of brackets. Well, I solved this problem years ago, and you can just email everybody a bracket, a sample bracket. It's going to kind of look like this, but it's not going to be filled in, where you're just going to choose the teams. It looks more like this, actually, this master bracket. It's a cleaner, better looking version of this, where they're just going to pick the team all the way through. And when it finally fills out, you get a list of all the teams that won in order, and that becomes part of a data set. And you can just refresh these pivot tables, and all of a sudden standings are going to change for all the different entrants that you have in the tournament. It's basically how this thing works. It's super, super awesome. And on top of all that, organizing all the scoring, the other thing that we have is an AI bracket that I built last year or 2 years ago maybe. That I know I used it last year. It's awesome. It predicts who's going to win the games, and this year I'm going to be adding in scores also, because that gets us to today. We now project scores, and we do it with such regularity, and we're so good at this now that it's just such a valuable tool. So anyway, point of all that was I'm going to put up a pre-sale for the bracket. This will be the AI entry bracket and the master scoring bracket. Both together, I'll do it all for like $35, I think. Maybe I might even do it for $22 because I'm in a really good mood. And I'm going to sell a ton of those, because why would you not want that? So I might do that and make it super. It's 2022, 22 was yesterday. Why not make it just $22 and make everybody get it? That's kind of what I think I'll do. Anyway, as for today's games, finally, if you stuck with that, it's the 23rd. There are 64 games. Holy crap. Really? All right. I haven't looked this over yet, but a couple people paid and wanted it, so I did it. Well, first thing to look for is home underdogs. Oh my God, a home underdog. It's VMI over Wofford. And Wofford's injured. Why is this an underdog? Uh-oh, this line's going to change after the video. Sorry, everybody. But that's a home underdog. That's cool. Underdogs. Well, I like seeing. I don't like seeing a hurting Central Florida, but if Central Florida is going to be injured, I like taking Cincinnati, and they're already slightly. It's a really small margin, only 2%. These are two pretty good teams, and Cincinnati would have to win on the road, so that's kind of tough. But if they're going to do it, it's going to be in a situation like that. Opposite is true with Coastal Carolina and Arkansas State. Arkansas State is home and healthy, and this is a small margin, so I'd be very suspect. I'd be very careful, and I really wouldn't even take Coastal Carolina because of that injury. And here's the other thing. I'm saying this off of really limited number, just a number that I created with the algorithm. How about we actually look into that number for someone who's a better handicapper than me? If you want to have the real time to dig through this file and you want to make perfect picks every day and you want to spend the time to do that, you go into the injury report and you look up Coastal Carolina, and we can filter for them here instead of breaking the injury report itself. We can, where's the team name? Oh, actually, it doesn't even show. Interesting. There's no team on the injury report. How is that possible? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. It's right here. What am I talking about? Coastal Carolina. Okay. Coastal Carolina. So it's Antonio Day, and he's out for the rest of the season, not injury related. When did that happen? It's an interesting question. How long has that guy been out? So something happened there, and he's not back. So they've lost a player. So they're now. So this is a very interesting problem. I'm glad that I brought that up, and I'll tell you why. Because I remember this from last year. It's going to come into play for March Madness, which is coming, which is this. So this is at 82. However, the 18% or the 16%, the injury that guy Day, who's not playing anymore, he's gone for the rest of the season. So they've replaced him, and is the person that they've replaced him with playing well? And that's something that I would look at to determine if this 82% is really a true 82% or really they just lost a player for the season, and we need to then kind of remove him from the count. What we could do there is we could go into to the matrix, and we could go into the. I mean, really, you need to go into the injury report. You need to find him, and you would need to remove him from the player stats. Is actually what you need to do. I'll show you what that looks like. It's under name. His name is Day. Focusing on one kid today. I hope he's all right. A junior guard. Now, so if you wanted to say he's not part of this team anymore, you can remove Coastal Carolina from his team. That's actually the way I would do it. Because then it shows he still existed as a human being. He just doesn't play for them anymore. And then when you refresh, watch this. No, it doesn't. I have to refresh the injury report. You got to refresh the injury report also. And now, now all of a sudden they're at 99%. Now, is that change that I just made, is that an appropriate change? This is where we start to get into what I want to coin non-numerical factors. Non-numerical factors are people's Twitter feeds, people's personal lives, people's whatever that's actually going on with this game, or teams and players. And so when I'm going to leave him in here, but so to gather information and to be able to alter the injury report for its most accuracy, like game time decision, the yes or no, and whether or not the yes or no is a real yes or no, like is a person fine or are they not fine or whatever, knowing that is really, really helpful. So anyway, that's my tangent on that. You can go down the rabbit hole and you can analyze this thing forever. I have to cut it off at some point. It's just life, right? It's like that with everything. So I'm pretty good with this for today. If you want to order this and buy stuff, there's a bunch of links. You'll figure it out. Good luck everybody today, and may all your picks be winning. I got to run.